Hey, what's going on, all you film fanatics out there? Welcome back to BlackTree TV's Coming to the Screen. It's the show that specializes in keeping you up to date with all of Hollywood's latest film releases. This week, our very own Jamaal Finkley sat down with the stars of the action drama End of Watch. Now, in case you guys haven't heard, End of Watch is a story about two young LA cops who are actually being hunted by the Mexican drug cartel after they seized a sizable amount of money. You don't want to mess with those guys. So check out this interview and much more right here, only on BlackTree TV.
This was an interesting film because, I mean, me as a younger black man has not had the best relationship with cops over my lifetime, but this film made me like kind of open up to cops in a more natural way, not, you know, because it didn't paint you guys as the corrupt cops that most films do. Like, how do you think this would play to audiences? You know.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know what? We took it from real life. We went on so many ride-alongs, and then they weren't acting. You know, when they would say, like, somebody's like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "Yo, what's up, man?" Like, they actually had friends out there, you know, and they'd go and stop by and make sure that the barbecues were okay. Like, you know, anybody playing baseball or whatever, like, that, you know, that there's no criminals, like, trying to mess with those guys. And they really do have an appreciation and actually love for the neighborhoods, dude. They would take us to all the best places, you know, to get tacos and, you know, whatever it is that we wanted to get. And but they do care.
Yeah, but I mean, I think, I think, you know, the cop genre has been done so many times before, and I think essentially the movie is about, you know, their brotherhood, their friendship, you know, he happens to be, you know, Mexican and I happen to be white, you know, and we encounter a lot of different situations with different cultures in the movie, you know, and obviously there's a real stigma with police officers, you know, as soon as you put on that uniform, you know, there's a whole lot of judgment coming at you and also at the same time going out, you know. Right. We could walk in, you know, as soon as you put on that uniform, it feels like the bat suit, you know what I mean? You could come on feeling a certain way, but it was about trying to take that stigma away and trying to say these are two guys who are real brothers, just as anybody in an opposite situation. Mike says this thing that I think is great, and I think it's true, is that we see, like, there's a brotherhood of cops, there's a brotherhood of gangs. It's, you know, everybody understands that interaction, you know, whether these two guys were in a gang or whether they were cops, you know, in a way it's about the brotherhood that they share and about their love for each other, you know, that they would do anything for each other. And to me, that's what the movie's about. To me, that's what hopefully people come out seeing from this movie.
Dude, are you gonna hook up with a Mexican girl?
They're trying to hook me up with them, dude.
Dude, it'd be great if you did, buddy.
I get it, man.
Sweet brown sugar. You should marry one of my cousins.
If they're anything like you, I wouldn't be able to stand an hour with them. Waking up in the morning, they'd be like,
"Hey, can I tell you a story?
I know.
Here's a story about this, and a story about that, and a story about this, a story about that."
But dude, all you gotta do is this. All you gotta do is this. Yeah.
You wanna come to my cousin's quinceañera, my daughter's quinceañera, my brother's quinceañera?
Yeah.
My sister's quinceañera?
There's always something happening though, bro. It's better than like, "Hey, do you know the new kind of flavored coffee I have? Do you like this kind of coffee? The baristas are excellent."
You like coffee, dude. Don't give me that.
I like good Starbucks coffee.
Whatever, I'll let you lay into me. Lay into me, dude. Fine.
13 X-ray, 13 missing juvenile, 2717 Jefferson, code 2 incident 5755 and already 1327.
13 X-ray 13, we're gonna be code 6 on the missing juvenile.
Another interesting thing is the way that David shot this with the handheld camera angle. And this city, probably more than any other city, is kind of known for that handheld camera with the cops. Do you think, I mean, that this movie would have played the same in a setting with Baltimore and New York, or did LA kind of just fit?
I don't know, maybe not, but I think he's got a love affair with LA. You know what I mean? He loves LA cops and loves LA gangsters. And I mean, we rehearsed for 5 months and, you know, trained and did everything so that it looks improvisational, but so that people can live in the movie. You know what I mean? Experience the movie with us.
Yeah, and I also think it's about the cartel. I mean, the cartel in LA and it being so close to Mexico, and that relationship, you know, developing here in LA is very specific to this area of the country, you know. And I think, you know, that's what the movie essentially at its heart in terms of how specific it is. That cannot be shot in Baltimore. That cannot be shot in New York. You know what I mean? I mean, they're all different things, but that's very specific. And I think it's pertinent politically now that people know and see what's happening also in Los Angeles and see what's happening in terms of the relationship with Mexico and the United States. So I think, like, that's that is definitely prevalent and I think important. And I don't think you can do that anywhere else. You know,
Right.
That's LA.
Now, Michael, we've seen you in a lot of pictures, and most recently in 30 Minutes or Less, and we go all the way back to Crash with you. But this picture seemed to really give you a in-depth role. Do you feel like you've really got to express your acting chops in?
Man, I think this is the biggest role to date for sure. You know what I mean? I did do World Trade Center, and and it was great. But it was like this is a fully fleshed out. Like both of our characters are written, really well, and it is about the brotherhood, and that's what this movie's about. It's a different kinds of brotherhoods, and I'm just a fan of good writing. So this was like all of a sudden good writing, good story, good everything, and I feel blessed for sure to have this role. And this guy egged me on. And was really like rooting me on, to when it doesn't always happen, when
Right.
people say like he was really giving, and you're like he wasn't giving, dude.
Right. This is an interesting film. Really loved it. It's a lot funnier than people probably would guess. And congratulations to you both. Congratulations to you, executive producer, and also can't wait to see whatever else you guys do.
Right
Thank
on,
you,
man. Thanks.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Just like this malevolent entity who kind of sick and twisted and lacks any kind of